Hey, do you overthink a lot? Oh no, I shouldn't have asked you. It started the loop.
A better you starts today.
Well, you better pay attention to this just to drown out the endless sorrows of your own mind. And its endless entrapments. Oh yeah, I've been there. I, too, suffer from overthinking because, like you, I'm extremely intelligent. I don't think I do. I think I've just got as loud of an internal dialogue as I do have with my mouth. It's just the endless blowhorn. Your dad disapproves of you. Hey, Dad. Yeah, so that's what is happening in my mind all the time. And I think that this is very permanent because I was reading more research into Gen Z. I like studying you, like the little monkeys you are. And this time, you little hoo-hoo chimps, this time I came across the thought that the unparalleled thing is that most of you are overthinking your decisions a lot of the time. Like, because you obviously, a generation that feels like they're permanently judged, that feels like they're permanently judging others. What is that going to do? It's going to make you think of every single thought before you do anything, right? It's always just going to be, should I pick up this glass of water if I drink it? Am I continuing racism? Like that kind of shit. And let me tell you, yes, you are. You're a terrible person. But yes, that's what's happening all the time in your head. A lot of it has to do with the fact that you don't have a real life anymore. You are just a kind of the first generation of cyborgs, the first prototype models that still poops. Can we get rid of that? I hope that the generation after you are all born without assholes. It's gross. So yeah, that's what I think is happening anyway. So you're turning into cyborgs, and as a result, cyborgs just sit there and they overprocess things constantly because they are not trained to act. Huge advantage that older generations have on you guys. One of your big, and you need to write this down as well. If you are from Gen Z, one of your big problems is that you don't act. You never act. You do not act enough. What do I mean by act? I mean, take action. I mean that a lot of the time you sit there in this pool of like, and just know that that is a trap. The mind wants you to continue doing the action of whatever you're doing. So if you're doing nothing, it wants you to continue doing nothing. As soon as you give your body an action, a task, it goes and starts doing it. It is always when you're in that mode of, should I pick up a pencil and study for my ATAR or whatever the fuck it's called these days? But which hand should I use? I heard that if you do it with your left hand for a bit, it might be better for your brain. Oh, I better go look that up. It is a trap. It is a trap. It's a trap. It took me a long time to get that really fucking obvious reference, didn't it? Yeah, someone's mind's working optimally. And that's why you should take advice from your old pal Jordan Shanks and sign up for extra videos if you want somebody yelling in your ear all the time like a drill sergeant that, just really does not have the same authority, or indeed one of those large hats that they have, constantly telling you that you should be improving, that you should be striving for more than what you have. It is a great service to not only you, but the world if you do, because the world needs you to be a better you that starts today. And the way that you do that is that you have somebody in your ear all the time just drilling these ideas deeper and deeper into your head so that you act more. Yeah? But anyway, that's the main reason that you guys overthink, as opposed to every other generation that's ever existed. Now, unlike ours, I think that you're doing, I don't know, I'm going to have to reread this, but I think I remember that Gen Y used to just drown it out with drugs. Now you guys have social media, that's your drugs, it's arguably which one's worse. I mean, at least heroin makes you feel like you're the Pharaoh of Egypt for a little bit. While you just look up the Pharaoh of Egypt, did you know that he was oppressive? So you don't even get that. But what needs to happen with you guys is that you need to come up with a strategy to stop overthinking. How does that happen? Well, most of you, first off, aren't even aware of the sensation of not overthinking. So one of the big ways that I always want, if you have a bad habit that you want to quit, I'm not saying that you should quit it outright. I'm not saying that you should go cold turkey. But are you at least able to give yourself a couple of days? Can you muster the strength? And I think that you can. With the thing that you want to get rid of, your habit that you want to get rid of, cut it out for a couple of days just so you know what it's like to not do it. Because you've forgotten what it's like to not just... saw one of those FTV Victoria's Secret things on YouTube. I'm going to have to go to Brazzers. I'm sorry, there's no alternative. Right? Like, you do not have the reference point of just being like, yeah, it's a great answer. Wish I got that, but... well, there's a very lucky Mexican drug lord somewhere in the world. You know, like... that needs to stop. That little path between it. Now, always, when it comes to denying yourself things, do not deny yourself anything ever. All I'm saying is that you give yourself the challenge of stopping for a couple of days just so you know how it feels. Because that's a real link breaker. Always. Stopping it from doing that. Anyway, when we go to you overthinking, always remember this phrase. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it more. When you're in your head, you're dead. When you're in your body, you're getting everything out of you. Yeah? Like you are using your mind and your body. And as a result, it's not accurate, but it's a great metaphor to think about this, that your brain sort of is here as well. It's like one of those chicken thing. What's the fucking worm that has 4 brains? Just imagine that you've got brain 1 and brain 2. There's a lot of thinking that happens in the body. There's a lot of thinking. But there is. And so always, the first key when you are in your head is you move. Movement. Action. That's the first one. Break the chain. Break the chain. That's what's just going to happen. You're just going to keep overthinking things until you move. You know, every time you sit there at a party and like, there's this girl that I like, and you're thinking about going up to them and you're like, what do I say? Oh no, that'd be so stupid if I said that. Man, I'm not even saying walk up to the chick. I'm just saying walk around the party. Like, then you'll probably bump into her and then you'll be like, oh, hey, Candace. And she'll be like, hey. And you'll be like, wanna fuck upstairs? You'll be like, you probably should have said a few things before that, and then you'll be like, well, I tried. And I'm telling you, you'll feel a lot better than not. Every time you'll feel a lot better than not. Always. Especially because you're just moving. Most of the reason that you're overthinking is because you live a sedentary life. That is by far the worst thing that is happening to you. But the second thing is you are not committing to putting yourself into little tasks. You're not committing to it. So you're just sitting there always thinking like, what's the best way to do it? What's the best? Dude, the best way is to just start the task. Always remember that. Whatever you are overthinking about, just take the first step towards it. Always. That's the next one. But then there is also this. Overthinking in your generation mostly springs from a habit. Mostly springs from the fact that you are just given more and more opportunities to overthink things all the time. So what I suggest that you do, and this is a great exercise, you will get far more out of it than I'm letting on here. Just give it a go. All I want you to do is pick a Sunday. I mean, come on, if you're watching this, you could pick any day. Every day is a Sunday to you because you're probably unemployed. But pick some free time of yours, which I'm sure you have ample amounts of, and then all I want you to do is follow whims that day, like you're a drug addict. Yeah? If you were taking drugs. If it feels good, do it. I am seriously giving you the joke self-help advice from The Simpsons. That's what I'm doing. But just for a day. Just for a day. Just for a day, try and deny yourself like the bad habit of yours. Just for a day, also, I want you to just follow your whims. Just for that one day. Because most people are using their head far too much in the modern world. Far too much. And it just goes into weird little loops. And they always just think like... And so it's just this endless like replay of the same awkward interaction that you had at the office. Think about that. Like, come on. Using your consciousness when you are on your deathbed and thinking, well, I replayed over and over again when I was at the Monday meeting and I said that maybe we should have a banana day when we are a orange manufacturing factory. I don't know what I was thinking. It was just the worst decision ever. It's like, dude, it wasn't even that bad. It really wasn't that bad, but it just becomes worse and worse and worse the more you think about it. The way that you get out of that is that you understand that there is another way of thinking, first off. The other way of thinking is more intuitive. And you probably do not exercise that muscle anywhere near enough. There's probably a few hippies out there where it's like, you need to start overthinking a bit, buddy, because your teeth are starting to rot. But everybody else, most of you in the city with your office jobs types, I want you on the Sunday to just know where your body is taking you. And that's it. That's what you want to be focusing on all day. What does your body feel like doing? And whatever your body feels like doing, listen to that. It's the same thing that happens with dancers. Dancers have an incredible intuition with themselves, and it's very strange. Look, you do meet dumbass dancers, but a lot of them are very articulate and have an excellent grasp on the English language because they're in control of their body, and because there's some poise to them, their mind naturally lets out. They do things with this sort of engaging mannerism to them. And it is because they have control of their body. They understand that their body is telling them things as well. You probably don't. That's what I want you to do on Sunday. That's your homework. Your other homework is to sign up to Jordan Shanks so that I can give you more homework. And seriously though, look, honestly, even if you just keep watching these videos, I am eternally grateful that you do. I seriously mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I really feel like if you keep watching somebody whispering in your ear over and over again to just keep striving for a little more a day, just keep thinking about things in a different way to try and break these weird little loops and prisons that we all make inside of our heads so that you can think outside the box and that you can start innovating in different ways, that is nothing but good for the world. So good on you for taking that challenge. Seriously. I'll see you next time. Sign up though, but look, you are a cheapskate otherwise, but I'm proud of you even though you're really shirking me and you should be ashamed of yourself. No, you're still giving me ad rip. Good on you.